All right, our severe weather yesterday really ushered in a big change in our weather pattern for the second half of the month, and something that has really been well forecasted. We were anticipating kind of this big switch, and that will continue right through Christmas Day and beyond, maybe right through New Year's Day. Outside at the moment, clearly a front has moved through. 61-degree current temperature, dew points way down. Winds, while they were breezy earlier, really settled throughout most of the day today, and our high of 64 right at about average for this time of year. Now, our morning lows were mid-40s, lower 50s. We were down to 51 degrees at Kenner. Tomorrow morning, we will be a bit colder, so our starting point tomorrow will be more mid-upper 30s and mid-40s, and so we may be a little cooler during the afternoon hours. 50s and low 60s outside at the moment, and with that dry air and clear skies, temperatures will quickly start falling in the coming hours, and our forecasted temperatures later tonight will be into the 40s and 50s, and then overnight lows, again, mid-40s in the metro area. North Shore temperatures will be in the mid-30s, maybe cold enough for some patchy frost north of the lake and in Mississippi. As I said, the winds have really settled down, so kind of optimal conditions for our temperatures to bottom out. You need the clear skies, the dry air, and the light winds, and we have all three during the overnight. Here is the culprit for one, the severe weather, but two, the upper low is dragging cold air out of Canada and spreading it across the mountain west and then the rest of the United States. And this is a pattern, not necessarily this same upper low, but a pattern which will continue bringing in cold Arctic and Canadian air and spreading it across much of the nation. That continues for the next 7+ days. Our morning lows will be dropping even colder, as it looks like we'll get kind of a second surge going into Sunday. Sunday morning, we may be near freezing north of the lake and in Mississippi. We may see temperatures rebound briefly early in the week before another cool air mass or chilly air mass moves in toward the early part of next week. And then beyond next week, this is our temperature outlook. So this is Tuesday, December 20th. We really start to tap into cold Canadian and Arctic air, and that deepens across much of the nation. This upper pattern will likely bring in some of the coldest air we have seen definitely this season, but maybe going back to quite a while, as it is expected right now, building up to Christmas weekend, high temperatures staying in the 40s. This is a cold air mass where we have kind of a direct channel right out of Canada and down to the deep south. So that is bringing in a very cold air mass, which does appear to hang around right through Christmas Day and maybe even beyond. This is the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. So right up to Christmas, a very high likelihood, almost a guarantee of our temperature staying below average, and at the expectation right now, well below average. And the temperature outlook almost to the end of the month is for more of those upper troughs to really keep the central and eastern part of the nation much colder than average, and maybe kind of a warming trend for the west. This is kind of that pattern shift we've been talking about. We'll also see some chances for some rain beginning this weekend. A little upper disturbance, might have some scattered or spotty showers from the south shore down toward the coast. The GFS right now has all of our rain Saturday offshore. I do think we'll see some inland during the course of the day, then a drier day on Sunday. Then as we get into early next week, here comes the first of several cold fronts. This system is likely going to help to generate a surface low and begin bringing in some rainfall later on Monday into overnight Monday and early Tuesday. So much of the day Monday will probably be dry. Most of the day Tuesday next week will likely be dry, as this low looks to be more during the overnight hours with another front sweeping on through. Rest of next week looks chilly with that secondary surge of even colder air on the way for right before Christmas weekend, which hard to believe we're getting very close to. 60 degrees our high tomorrow. Again, could have put us in the lower 60s. I just have us starting out much colder tomorrow morning, so it may be a little bit harder to get to the mid-60 range where we were today. With more cloudiness on Saturday, it will be chilly. We'll get kind of a second surge of cold air. For Sunday, more sunshine and a high of only 54. Here comes that system bringing in the later showers and more rainfall late Monday, early Tuesday, and then staying chilly toward the end of next week. Before Christmas, we could really see some cold air arrive.